What is going on, my culture crew? I'm so happy to be reporting to you some really great news. Today we're going to talk about, is it still too late to invest at least $1,000 or any amount of money into NIO? And we're even going to talk about Tesla a little bit. But before we get started, I just want to thank you guys for helping me reach over 14,000 subscribers over the weekend. I'm really excited about that. And as you can notice, I'm not outdoors, and I actually decided to start making some more videos indoors because it does take me a lot of time to get out there, find a location, make sure the conditions are perfect. Hopefully I didn't forget anything, just to bring you important information. So I will still be doing videos from outdoors, but I will be mixing it in with some more in-studio videos because some information is really time sensitive and I want to get it out there as quickly as possible. And with that being said, you probably see some empty frames, picture frames behind me. So I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about that. What should I be putting into these frames? Leave it in the comments down below. I don't know, maybe I can put up some motivational stuff for you guys and just let me know what you think. The other thing I want to cover with you today is that Elon Musk sent out a tweet the other day, and he sent the wrong company that he was talking about up about 1,100%. Now, I know that Elon has always been able to make his own stock move by tweeting the right things or the wrong things, but this man is so powerful that he's even able to send another unrelated company through the roof. Not only that, but Elon, since the last video I made, has become the richest man in the world. And in that video, if you haven't seen it yet, I'll link it right above. If you haven't seen that video yet, I made some predictions for Tesla for 2021, and I also made some predictions for NIO for 2021. And one of those predictions was that Elon Musk would become the world's richest man. And I knew it could happen, and it would happen eventually, but it only happened a few days after that prediction. So that was pretty crazy, pretty insane. Hopefully the other predictions I made are also going to come to fruition. One of the predictions I made in there about NIO is that at the end of this year, you're going to wish that you could buy NIO for $53 a share, where the share price was at the time of that video. And today, I'm happy to say that the share price is at $65, guys. That is an amazing return. That's already like 20% up, I think, from that price that we spoke about just a week ago. So if you guys aren't following my analysis, if you guys want to talk more stock and you want to more one-on-one, join our stock group. I'll leave it down below in the first link. I'm so excited. The spots are filling up really quickly, guys. I don't want to take on too many people because I want to make sure that it's working properly, and then we'll open up to a larger audience. But if you guys are interested in making money or just kicking around some ideas, guys, it's literally pennies a day. So just hit that link below and we'll start chatting about that. So now let's get started. What is driving the price of NIO, and what is driving all this craziness also behind Tesla stock price, which hit over $850 recently, which is insane. It's just an immense gain. So over the weekend, if you guys weren't aware, NIO did their investor day, which they call NIO Day. It's basically like a big pep rally, and they had a lot of singing and dancing and all this craziness. Not my cup of tea. I know some countries like India and China, they're big on things like that, but I would rather just know the facts. So the 30 minutes or so, which they did spit out some good facts, they had some information that did drive this company forward. But there's also some things that I think are still left unanswered. But let's go ahead and cover some of the positive things first. Well, they did unveil their new sedan, ET7, I think. Yeah, the ET7. That sedan is going to start at about $84,000. No, I'm sorry. It's going to be at about $84,000 price range with the 150 kilowatt battery, which is going to be their top of the line battery that will get them an estimated, that's the key word here, an estimated range of up to 1,000 kilometers, which translates to about 621 miles per the charge. Now, that's, if you guys don't follow, EV, well, that's actually more than any Tesla or any of the Lucid cars that are coming out. That's about 100 miles more than they're projecting right now. Now, the only issue with that is the car is not going to be for sale until the first quarter of 2022, which leads me to believe that by the first quarter of 2022, when you do start ordering this car, it's not going to be available for sale probably toward the latter part of 2022, which you're probably going to take delivery towards the end of the year, or maybe into 2023. And by that time, that battery range may not be all that great. It might just be the industry norm. Now, the way that I know that Elon and Tesla are, they're consistently upgrading everything. I think by that time, that's probably going to be a standard with Tesla. So I'm not sure if that's great news, but it's great news for right now. Absolutely driving the stock price up, which is good for all of us that are invested into NIO. The other thing I want to cover with you is that the car does come with an option to not have a battery included. which would be at about $58,000, I think it is. Yeah, $58,000 for a car with no battery. If you guys aren't familiar with that, their whole concept behind their business model is that you can buy the car without the battery, which the battery is a big expensive component, because if they do just get a normal battery, not the 150 kilowatt battery, and that's probably going to cost them around, I think it was $69,000. That's funny. I think they're trying to compete with Tesla in that front. They have a $69,000 car. So, you know, Elon's always trying to throw in those innuendos in there with the 69s and the 420s. So they did the same thing. They have their mid-range ET7, which is going to come with a 70 kilowatt battery at $69,000. But the reason why it's so important for that $58,000 luxury sedan with no battery is because you'll be able to rent the battery or have a lease on the battery at about $105 a month. Initially, this is really going to hurt the company because they're taking off a big portion of the sticker price off of their gross revenues, which is going to hurt them in the short term. But in the long term, this model is really going to help them because they'll end up making more than what they would have gotten for the battery pack if they would have just sold it along with the car. And in time, this is going to compound as they start selling more and more vehicles, and it's ultimately going to make the company very profitable. Not in the short term, which could reflect in the stock price probably in the later part of this year, but it will be a big driver forward 5 years down the road. So we may never feel that impact on the stock. The other thing I want to cover with you is that they have a new supercomputer by the name of Atom, which they are partnering up with NVIDIA to create. And this is important because during the NIO Day, William Li, who is the CEO of NIO, took a huge jab at Tesla by saying that their computer system or operating system that's going to power their automated driver assist, or they're going to be the full self-driving version of their car, is more powerful, way more powerful than Tesla's. So that may be true at the moment, but I will tell you this much. Tesla never shows all of their cards. So this may not be fact by the time this car is released. So right now, that is a great thing that's going to propel this car forward, and it's going to get a lot of reservations because of that. But it's not going to be, how would I say, it's not going to be the best thing in the world by the time this car hits the market. The other thing that they're very proud about is that the vehicle is going to have 33 sensors around the car and 11 cameras. And their 11 cameras are going to be 8 megapixel cameras, which is a lot more megapixels than Tesla uses on their cars. So Tesla, I think, has like 1.8 what's that called? Megabytes or megapixels on their cameras. So I know it sounds petty, that they're competing against the megapixels, but I'm pretty sure that that'll get a huge improvement as well. The other major thing that William talked about is that they're going to make huge improvements to their battery swap stations. There's currently battery swap stations right now that do, I think, about 100 battery swaps a day. They're going to be revamping those, and it's going to allow them to do 321 battery swaps per day, and they're going to increase the number of swap stations in China to 500 just in this year alone. So that's going to be a huge catalyst for the company, and it's going to be a really cool thing too, because the way they're planning for it to work is the following. You pull up to the station, you hit a button on your car drives itself into the bay, swaps out the battery within 3 minutes, and within that moment of time, you're gone, you're out of there. So it's actually even quicker than pumping at the gas station, and especially if you go to a discount gas station where you'll be waiting maybe half an hour just to get gas, this is going to be a huge improvement on that. So how is Tesla and Elon responding to all of this? Well, as of right now, Elon hasn't said a word. There hasn't been any direct response to any of this stuff, but I will tell you what Elon has done leading up to this point. First of all, Elon is ramping up the amount of charging stations that they're building in China. Just in 2020 alone, they brought online 4,500 new charging stations to go along with the 2,500 charging stations they already had. And that's just in 2020. 2021, I'm sure, is going to be even more of a growth pattern than what we've had already. So they're trying to compete with NIO's battery swap, which is obviously really big in China because of the way they live, and they're very populated there. So they don't really have a place for you to go and just charge your car overnight in your driveway. So you're gonna have to have more charging stations, which just makes sense. And the other thing that Elon is doing is he's bringing down the prices on all the cars. He's bringing down the price on the Model Y, which is now available in China and is selling like crazy. I think they had like 100,000 orders in one day when he dropped the price on that. And he also is dropping the price on the Model 3, which is the world's best selling EV. And he's dropped that down to $38,000, which is a lot cheaper than even the ET7 without the battery pack at $58,000. So you can have a slightly larger sedan for $58,000 and no battery, or you can have a fully equipped, well, I should say base model, Model 3 for $38,000 with the battery. Which one would you guys prefer to own? I mean, you would either have to go charge at a charging station for 20, 30 minutes at a time, or you can just go into a charging bay for 3 minutes and be in and out. Is it really worth the additional $20,000? And remember, an additional $105 a month for renting the batteries? What would you guys do if you lived in China? Would you go with the Tesla or would you go with the NIO? Leave it down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about it in the comments. The other thing I want to mention to you is that Elon is also working on a new battery technology which is going to allow their cars to charge much quicker than they charge today. Right now at the fastest charging stations, you're looking to charge in about 40 minutes from zero to full charge. 45 minutes at fastest. That's at a 250 kilowatt charging station. Now in the future, you will be able to charge these batteries much quicker, but the problem is that if you charge them too quick, they tend to overheat and it degrades the battery. But they're working on some real great new technology when it comes to batteries, so that'll be now more like a 5 to 10 minute charging period. And I think now when you compare a $38,000 car that can charge in 5 to 10 minutes as opposed to a $58,000 car with no battery, I think that and now it starts to make more sense to go with the Tesla because it's just more convenient and it's much cheaper. Now, what is not so clear for me right now is that NIO is going to be working with the same battery manufacturer that they've always worked with, which is CATL. But that company also works with a lot of other automobile makers, including Tesla. Well, Tesla probably won't be using them in the near future, but as of right now, they do work with a ton of other automobile makers. So when this car does come and hit the market in 2022 or maybe 2023, is that battery technology that they're so proud about going to be only proprietary for NIO? Or are they going to be other car manufacturers that are going to be able to have the same type of range? That's why I think that yes, this is a great move for the company that they're announcing this or being the first ones to announce it, but it's still not here yet. You understand? It's not available for us. And when it is going to be available, a lot of other companies are going to have it as well. And the other thing with that is that it's not really rated yet. It's just information that's conceptual. It may be that range, but until it's rated by somebody, the third party that is non-biased, we don't know if that range is really going to be accurate. It could be 30% off, 20% off, and that would be bringing it down to what Tesla has available today. So that's something we still have to stick around and pay attention to see what we're going to get out of those batteries. But needless to say, all this information that I'm talking about right now has sent the stock soaring. So is it too late for you to take $1,000 and put it into NIO today to see if you can get some kind of a return? And like I mentioned, I don't think that there is any wrong or right time to get into a company you believe in. But I will tell you this much, the company's stock just got upgraded to $75 by JP Morgan Chase. I think it was JP Morgan Chase. I got to look it up, but I'm pretty sure it was JP Morgan Chase. I'll leave it on the screen right now. I just read the article this morning. They were upgraded to $75. The stock is currently right now, I think about $64, $65. And what I've learned is that most analysts that will raise their estimate on a company, they're very conservative. They're not really too overly bullish, because they don't like to be wrong. They're like the weatherman, they don't like to have a horrible track records because no one will ever pay attention to them. So I do think that $75 per share is a safe target, which still gives you guys a tremendous upside if you were to invest $1,000 today. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just telling you to do your own research because I still believe in the company, that the company has growth. My target for this year is around $100 to $125 by the end of the year. I think somewhere in that range, we will see that. So I will continue to invest in this company when I get the opportunity. But I have a few other investments right now that are doing tremendously well, which I will make a follow-up video hopefully very soon and let you guys know about the other trades that I'm in that are just crushing it right now. But with that being said, I also want to talk about Elon and the extent to what his tweets can do. They can move markets. So recently Elon was tweeted I feel weird saying those words. You know, he was messaging someone on Twitter, and he told them to use Signal. Those were the only two words in his tweet. Use Signal. And what he meant was use Signal messaging app, so that way you can communicate with each other, with his followers on Twitter. But what people understood was that there is a company publicly traded by the name of Signal Advance. I think that's their name. They're a very small penny stock company, very obscure company, and they were trading at about 60 cents prior to Elon ever saying a word about that. And then so many people piled into that stock that the stock went soaring to about $7.40 a share, more than 1,100% growth. And I'm pretty sure the stock's going to plummet back down, but it's crazy how just one man can speak two words and do that much, move that much of a company in such a short amount of time. So I just thought that, I thought that was very amusing, and I think that you guys will get a kick out of that one. So never bet against Elon. And while we're talking about that, the stock for Tesla is going through the roof. It's been up to $850. And what is moving this stock so much? Here I am sitting on the sideline waiting for it to go back to $400, which I doubt we'll probably ever see again. I was wrong when it came to the S&P adoption. When they brought Tesla into the S&P, I thought it was going to have a pullback like a lot of other people did too, but it never came. It just kept going and going and going and going. And the reason why this is happening, guys, one of the reasons why it's happening is because a lot of the short sellers, a lot of people who are betting against Tesla have been forced out of their position, which means that if you're holding your bet against Tesla for so long, your bet becomes more and more expensive for you to hold, because you're going to have to buy that stock in order to repay that previous stock that you took out in your short position. So there's been billions and billions of dollars flowing into Tesla because of short sellers not being able to hold out anymore, because it just seems like this stock is just going to keep going to Mars, to the moon at least, and these people are going to go broke. So that's what's been driving this price a lot. Not only that, but remember, funds have to buy this stock. So funds are literally losing sleep over the fact that they have to buy this stock at whatever price it is. A lot of these funds are waiting for it to come down in price, but as of right now, they have to buy it, and it's going to represent 1.5% of their S&P's funds that they are investing in. So I know I'm getting into a lot of technical stuff, so I apologize for that. I geek out sometimes when it comes to talking about investing and things like that. But if you guys like what I'm talking about, please give this video a big thumbs up, and I will continue to make more of these for you. Let me know what you think about the analysis. And as far as Tesla goes, if you guys are still thinking about investing in that, well, I think that's still a great idea. And the reason why I say that is because even though NIO is trading today at $64 or $59 as of Friday, that represents 19, and now it's probably more like 20. It represents somewhere between 19 to 20 times their 2021 projected earnings. But even at $850, Tesla is only representing 18 times 2021 earnings. So both of these companies are pretty much the same value, Tesla being a little bit of a better value for your money. Even though it's priced at $850, you're still getting a better value with Tesla than you are with NIO. That's why I say if you guys are going into this, maybe take a 50-50 position, 50% into Tesla and to NIO, because they're both trading way higher than they should, but we've never seen anything like this. So who's to say, where the end price should be for either one of these companies? So I think they're both solid. So that's what I'm going to do. So hopefully you guys take a page out of my book and look into it as well. You guys have an amazing day, and you guys go out there and crush it today on any investing you're doing. Thank you guys for watching. And if you want to learn more about us, check out one of the videos that's on the screen right now. Thank you guys, and we'll see you over there in just 1 minute.